When we talk about the Wild West silver dollar, the U.S.'s Wild West silver dollar, we're talking about the Morgan dollar series, right? 1878 to 1904, those 27 consecutive years. But what's really the heart of that Wild West story? Well, to me, again, and history, I guess, on our sides, it's 3 years. It is 1880, 1881, and 1882. And tonight we have San Francisco Uncirculateds and a crazy price, the ABC way. So we have 3 beautiful San Francisco Uncirculated silver dollars. Again, your choice. So if you have an 80, get the 81 and the 82 or any of the combinations thereof. That price, yeah, that is our lowest price we've had on uncirculated beauties in a real long time. San Francisco's always had that 15 or 20% premium. So we've been looking at that price tag of $79 on sale, $89 regular, and even at those prices, we can't keep them in stock. But I referenced earlier the Wild West, right? And the theme of the Wild West. And these are the actual years where we all of a sudden just blossom and the West and the U.S. is kind of born. Just some interesting tidbits of history, right? So the Panama Canal starts in 1880, which connects us east and west in a shorter distance, opens up basically the option of travel by boat versus taking forever, right? We have the first ever city in America with the electricity. So we have some bigger issues going on at this time. But when you break it down, there are some unique Wild West stories tied to these 3 years. In 81, Bat Masterson fights his last fight in Dodge City, right? Billy the Kid, right? Pat Garrett shoots him outside of Fort Sumter, right? We unfortunately have the assassination. President Garfield, President Arthur is brought in. The following year, right? Jesse James is killed by Robert Ford. We have the gunfight at the OK Corral. So when you're talking about the Wild West and some of the stories and the characters thereof, these are the years. But tonight it's not just the years. It is the finest struck coins of those years. Remembering, over the last half a century, there's been a number of beautiful books written on, or encyclopedias of the Morgan Dollar, the series, and their personal experiences, the Highfields, the Millers, the Loves, some beautiful pieces, right, that give us all a lot of information of what we're seeing. And they all have a slight different take based upon their own personal experiences, but the one common thread through all of them is San Francisco struck the finest coins, period. You look at a coin and you don't show me the reverse where the S mint mark is, most can tell if it was struck at San Francisco or somewhere else. And the somewhere else would be Philadelphia, New Orleans, or Carson City. They just have a look. Because, well, at that time in history, they were striking a few gold coins, but they weren't doing much else, where Philadelphia was doing everything, right? So quality, which was basically comes from more time per strike, and today we have them, wow, right? Today we have them, wow. My competition, they're anywhere from 119 to 139 on the same 3 coins. But here's another way of looking at it, right? So the last Morgan dollar was struck, vintage Morgan was struck in 1921. It was brought back while we were battling over the design for the peace dollar, right? And then the peace dollar took over in December of 21, and that was history, right? Well, in 2021, we had a lot of fun as collectors because the U.S. Mint brought back the Morgan dollar for the first time in 100 years. It is the celebration of the last Morgan and first peace dollar. Remembering that they struck a Morgan dollar for each of the mints that struck originally. So we had Philadelphia, Denver, Carson City, New Orleans, and San Francisco. There were 5 coins and 1 peace dollar. They made $175,000 of each one of them. And San Francisco was sold on August 3rd, 2021. And those coins sold out in 5 minutes. Boom, gone. Now today, if you want to own one of the San Francisco Morgans from 2021, the modern issue Morgans, as many people refer to them as, it's going to cost you more money for that one coin than going back 140 years and getting 3 coins. They're $249 to $299 on the S-Mint 2021s. Right now, you can buy the 80, the 81, and the 82S in uncirculated condition. So it's 3 coins, 3 silver coins, 3 silver dollars to 1, and save money. 70 times 3 is 210. One brand new at $249. Don't need to be a rocket scientist to say, wow, what an outright crazy deal. Special, outright special. Inside of the series, yes, the 81. Thank you, Hunter. I'll talk about that for a second. Somebody called in, isn't the 81S something special? And it's like, yeah. Right? They made 28 Philadelphia's, 28 San Francisco's, 26 New Orleans, 13 Carson Cities and a Denver. 1 8-tail feather, which means you got 97 different Morgans. One of them ranks the finest struck coin ever. And only one can be that, and it's the 81S. The outright 81S. So yes, good memory for whoever did call in and ask that question. They all, I mean, you look at it, you can just tell, but San Francisco kind of has that thing. The open fields, you can even see, you're seeing like light crossing the coin. That's the, this is a sweat box, obviously, being on the air here, because we have lighting all around us just to make everything look well for everyone. But you can see the lighting bouncing off the coin right here. Guys, give me a 1-minute clock, please. So tonight, not just any Morgan, we're talking early issue San Franciscos. What was that phrase? God, I remember this from growing up as a kid. It's the San Francisco treat, right? Here is our San Francisco treat this evening. 80, 81, and 82. It's all about uncirculated silver dollars. We're not talking about 119. We're not talking about 129 or 139 per coin. We're talking about our lowest price on these, and I can't remember. $69.95, your choice. So if you want to buy one, the 81's a great idea, the finest struck ever. 82 is number 2, by the way, so it's all about San Francisco, and we are all about that tonight. Because it's not only the coin, the Morgan dollar. It is not the quality. Like in real estate, right? It's location, location, location. What in any collectible, it's what? Quality, quality, quality. Uncirculated, as you can see, gorgeous. But it always comes down to one final ingredient for all of us, right? How much or how little? Buy from them, it's a lot. Buy from us, it's a little. At $69.95, these are special.